Hey guys, it's Matt33J here, bringing you the second episode of my career mode with West Brom. To start this episode off, we went and hired a scout. We didn't have much money in our transfer budget, so we did have to get a pretty bad one, but Ryan Kirby is the one we actually end up going with. He's not the best, but he'll do for now. You'll see the players he picks out in later in this episode. Anyways, so we go and sim our first friendly against Wolfsburg. To be honest, I'm not a fan of playing friendlies. I don't like I don't play them to try out my team. I just ignore them basically. But then in the first friendly, our best center back got injured for 2 months, which really sucks. But on a good note, Ryan Kirby came and said he's ready to scout basically. Now I am gonna apologize. For some reason, my Elgato skipped out on 2 games later in the episode. Actually, 3. Sorry. 2 against Tottenham, 1 for the Capital One Cup, which I ended up losing 3-2, and 1 in the league, which I actually did win 1-0 or 2-1. I can't remember. And then the first game of the season that it skipped as well was Liverpool. Maybe I just didn't record it. I don't know, but we won against Liverpool again 1-0. So yeah. Sorry if I just spoiled a little bit of the episode, but again, just simulating some friendlies, not necessary to play them. So we tie Juventus, which I was pretty surprised about, and then we go and simulate another one against Lazio, who, I don't know, oh sorry, it just blanked out there, but I don't know, I sort of think we could have beat Lazio, but on the other hand, Graham Dorrans is actually turning out to be a great player. Like, in the Tottenham game, he scored at least 3 goals or something. In the 2 games, sorry. But yeah, he scored a pretty nice long shot, which I wish I could have recorded. So Zoltan Guerra, as you might have remembered, he said he was going to retire after the current season. I almost countered offered for 1.5, but then I just thought, what if they don't go ahead with that? That would suck, because then I'd have to deal with the guy that's retiring. So I might as well take the 1.3 right now and not risk losing 1.3 million in the next season. So, yeah, so we just go in advance here. You'll see the mail we get in a second. So we do end up selling Zoltan Guerra for 1.3 million. They gave me 1.1 million, not too bad. But then we got an offer for Fortune from Leeds. I don't know, I guess I just thought it was too low of an offer, so I went for 900,000, but that was way too much, which was sort of a mistake. I don't know why I looked back at that email. Anyways, Stephen Reed, I don't play him, so it's not a big deal, but he did get an injury for 3 weeks, which isn't that bad. And then, anyways, so it's our first match in the Barclays Premier League now. You'll see in a second it cuts out. So just choosing the kits basically. That's the team we went ahead with. Lukaku's already improved by 1 overall. Anyways, so yeah, you saw it cut out. But then we did get an offer for Ben Foster, which they offered us 1 million more than what he was worth, and I gladly accepted that because why not, right? So we need a new goalkeeper now. So he was sold, but the scout came back, so I signed 2 of the players. One of them was 67 to 94, and one of them was 66 to 92. And then Ben Fish I didn't bother with because if he's just only gonna get to 76, it's not really worth it. So then we need a new goalie. So I went to the short list and I looked at a few of the players. So yeah. So I ended up offering for Bernd Leno. You might have remembered me looking at him in the previous episode, but I did end up offering it for him, but they just turned it down basically. I offered his worth, and they just said, no, we want 10.5, so I didn't want to go ahead with that. So I approached Raphael, and Raphael, he seemed like a pretty good goalie. I looked at a potential database. It said around 82, so I offered 6. I think I offered 6.7, just a little bit more than his overall. His worth. And then they said that they wanted about like 7.5 million. So, and then right now we're using Myhill, the same age as Ben Foster. So I don't mind using Myhill, but I will be wanting to improve the goalkeeping in a bit. So we have a full fitness team, which is great because we're coming up to our next game against Tottenham. So yeah, this is when we had the two games. It was like a 3-day difference between the two games. One was for the Capital One Cup, which we lost 3-2, and the other was the league game, which we won 1-0. So we are in pretty good form for the league. We got 6 points out of 2 games, which is great. And here's the Everton game at the last game of this episode. I know it's the only game, sorry, but so we go ahead with this game. Now we did pretty much almost, I guess I could say, dominate. We had a lot of shots on target, so yeah, it was unlucky that you'll see the result, but we got a pretty good chance off of the kickoff here. A nice backflip from Lukaku, and then Jakob passes it to Jones, Billy Jones, one of our, I don't know if he's young actually, I'm not very sure, but we get a pretty good play going, but unfortunately it doesn't lead to a goal. So you can see Doran's trying to get the cross in, but it got passed out. So then they got on the attack, and unfortunately they got a corner off of Myhill made a pretty good save, I guess, but yeah. So they crossed it in, and Distin, I don't know what my defender was doing, but Distin just basically made a clear run through. Unlucky, but then not long after, about 6 minutes after, we got on the attack and we punished them, I guess. And S-Fine with a beauty of a shot. I don't even know how that, I didn't know he had such good shots. But then, sorry, it cut out. I did go to change, I don't know why I went to the pause menu, to be honest, actually. I guess it was just a mistake, but yeah, so we go on the attack again here with a nice little passing play, and to Dorans, who unfortunately it doesn't end up a goal, but we do get pretty close. Like, it's pretty good ball control by Dorans, and then he makes a great pass to Lukaku, but unfortunately Lukaku can't finish, and it's cleared away. So yeah, you can see a few of our chances, and then right at it's the ref blows halftime, but right at halftime they get a really close, and luckily we clear it, but then they get it back in and we clear it again, so it's all good. Sorry about the skipping, I don't know what was happening. My Elgato was lagging, and I don't know why, but that's why there's some just skipping, so sorry about that, but maybe that's the reason for them not recording the Tottenham game. Anyways, so they got this really good chance, they shot it, luckily Myhill saved it, and then it was a huge scramble to be honest. So then we went and made some substitutions, took off some of the tired players. Doran's, the only bad thing about Doran's is he gets tired really quickly. So we basically just make attacking substitutions because none of the defenders were looking a little bit tired. So I don't know what S-Fine was doing there. I tried to pass it back, but he just passed it to the goalkeeper, which it sucked because we could have scored on one of the last chances of the game, which would have probably given us a win. Anyways, so El Ganassi loses the ball there, and I got pretty worried on this chance, I'm going to be honest. I didn't show it, but they did get a nice shot off that led to a corner, but luckily they missed. So then that was the last shot of the game. Unfortunately, we couldn't put it away. So we do end up tying 1-1, and so we have 7 points in 3 games, which is actually very good for West Brom. They are doing well in real life, I guess you could call it. But yeah, so thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you, and bye.